Joining me now are two independent filmmakers, John Williams and Chris Lane. And before we chat to them, let's have a look at a clip from Chris's film, Bog Standard.
Got to put it on silent. It's only the missus. I'll ring her back. I'm not answering my phone in a loo. No, didn't put it on silent. Rookie mistake. I hate the loos in this place. Wish I was on my own loo, with a good comic. Amazing Spider-Man number 50. Cost me a small fortune, but... Flipping heck. Must be urgent. She hates leaving voicemails. I best finish up.
Oh, no.
So, Chris, that's your short film,
indeed,
isn't
yep,
it?
yep.
We can see where you got the name from. Explain just very quickly what it's about.
Basically, it's about a bloke, John, who you saw there, and he basically, he's at work and he's a bit hungover, and he sneaks off to have a poo. And while he's in there, he runs out of bog roll, and then hilarity ensues.
Ah. OK, let's just explain, John, what is an independent film? Because that's what your movie is, and you've also made one as well, which is called Diary of a Bad Lad.
The whole ball game has changed. Digital has changed everything. That because of digital, there was the Blair Witch Project, which was made on next to nothing. Much more recently, there's Paranormal Activity, made on about $15,000, in which people can just go off. You can go off and make a film. Anybody can go off and make a film for like the same amount of money as, say, if you were a band, it would cost you to make an album. So you can be completely true to your vision. You don't have loads of people looking over your shoulder and telling you what to do. No, not a load of fingers in the pie.
Now, I suppose that's great from an artistic point of view, but actually, how do you then get your film seen? I mean, if you haven't got the big push and the big hype and the publicity behind it, what happens with it?
Well, generally with short films, you know, you don't make any money. They're kind of like acts as a calling card, and you work with cast and crew, so you build up, you know, that team mentality. With our film, we're actually going to screen it in a toilet, so you've got like novelty value, you know.
But how many people will come to a I mean, how big is the toilet? How many people are you expecting?
Well, we're expecting like near about 120, something like that.
That's a big loo.
Yeah, but it's going to be on a rota, so mainly drinks, you know. We'll have time slots, like quarter-hour slots and things. OK. And when will that be, and how can people pop along if they want to? You have to join the Facebook group. We're going to announce it at the weekend.
Oh, so, interesting. So there's a bit of a scoop there for us.
Indeed.
When it comes to independent films, how easy are they to make? And do we need a bit of help, really, to be artistic here from the government?
Diary of a Bad Lad, for example, is made in people's spare time. There have been several features made over the past few years in the Northwest. You can make films in your spare time. Bad Lad cost around about $5,000 to make. Looking for Lucky cost around about $5,000 to make, and so on. The problems are that this isn't the same as Hollywood feature films. For Hollywood, things like BBFC certificates are part of the way that they market the films. They make it as a PG film. They expect to get a PG. It tells the audience what to expect, and so on. But if you made a film for £5,000 to get it out on DVD, to screen it in cinemas and so on, it could cost you as much money as it costs you to actually make the whole film.
Wow.
Whereas in America, independent filmmakers can release their films as unrated 18, which means that people under 18 can't see it. But if what you're doing is making film for the adult audience, and I don't mean the porn audience, I mean you're treating film like grown-ups. You're making like the film equivalent of novels and so on. You're more serious about what you're doing. In America, you don't have all these huge fees that you have to pay. And if we had the same thing in this country, and they do have the same thing in Denmark, Norway, Germany, and so on. This is very common. It'd be the equivalent of giving everybody £4,000 as a contribution towards going to go and making a film.
You've already seen that
and it costs nobody any money at all.
Wonderful. Well, guys, unfortunately, time has run away with us there.
No
we really got quite in-depth about it all. But if people want to know about your film, they can look on our website and we'll let them know, or they can join your Facebook group.
Okey-dokey.
OK, guys, thanks very much.